Good welcome. Where's the start there? Already off to a great start. Woo! Let's start again. Good morning and welcome to Irreverent Knits. I am Tracy, owner of Low Country Shrimp and Knits, and with me is Judy from Maggie Loves Yarn. And happy Veterans Day to all of our loved ones and past loved ones that have served. And thank you so much for all you have done for all of us. We can never truly say how much it means to all of us. So thank you. Today we are kind of all over the place. What? I know. It's hard to imagine.
We actually do have an agenda for once.
Slight agenda.
But we don't know whether we'll get through it or not.
Yeah.
Depends on how many stories we have to tell you.
See how fancy that I've gotten? Now I just, instead of walking around the building, I just move it. I can hit the button. I can go, hi, Denise. Hi, Paula. So yeah, we're just, I was saying, Judy looks fabulously gorgeous and patriotic, and I look like maybe I crawled out from the cast of Beetlejuice or under a bridge somewhere.
Oh, but show your shoes. They're fabulous.
Okay, they are my favorite shoes, so I can't. Aren't these fun? Such fun bows. Anyway, so yeah, they are fabulous. So.
And we have a gravel parking lot. And my husband and I are, because he's got the car today, so he dropped me off. We're watching her walk across on that, and I had to break in all my ankles, plus probably an elbow.
Well, let me show you. There's tiny, tiny little heels, okay? So I have to walk on my tippy toes because I don't want the heels to go in the gravel and then chunk up the back of the leather. I just had to drop off another pair of shoes to get that fixed, so it's quite a bit of I should wear slippers and just put them on, but
that's why I wear tennis shoes in here.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm a shoe girl. I'm a shoe girl.
Nice shoes. I taught, and it's like I didn't. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, I know. I'm a shoe girl. This has always been my thing. I've always had absolutely wonderful, fabulous shoes. And I'm like, for a long time when I was working from home, I'm like, I'm not wearing heels around the house, but now I can because I'm here, and I'm like, woohoo! Dressing up for yarn. Oh yeah. So anyway, we have a lot of fun things going on. I finally finished sleeves of this sucker, which I started in the spring and then put it aside.
Well, what's the name of the pattern?
I called it Flufferdoodle. I don't know what the pattern is called. If
somebody wants to do it.
If someone wants to do it, I could look it up. Look it up for me. Come get in touch with me, shrimpandknits.com, and I will be happy to actually find the name of the pattern.
So we're going to steam it today.
so here it is. We got, and I would like to show you the label that we have here.
It's backwards.
I know, but you'll be able to read it. It says, "This took effing forever. Hand wash it or I will cut you. With love." So yeah, we used, I used Ciro. So Ciro from the Fiber Company, I know I showed this last time, is so fabulous and so fluffy. And it just looks like a nice, cozy little sweater to wear. And I made it with puffy sleeves, so that way it's nice and cozy, but no buttons because I don't button up my cardigans. So anyway.
We're going to do a couple finishing techniques today.
Yep.
See, I told you we had an agenda.
See, we do have an agenda. She even brought an iron, people. Now, I know
I did.
I have an iron. I'm not sure how it works.
I told her to remind me, and she didn't, but I still remember, which is surprising.
There's something about ironing and me that just doesn't go together.
I use it only when I have to when I'm sewing for people.
Yeah.
I don't have an ironing board. I just have the pads and I throw it out on the island of the kitchen and use it that way.
I have an ironing board somewhere and it exists. I have moved it like 10 times in the last decade. But I do have one.
Well, people bring me fabric. And if they bring it on a roll, that's great.
Well, because it's not all
when
wrinkled.
They fold it, it's like, oh, well, look at that nice crease. I've got to try and get that out.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Once in a while, I do have to iron, but not very often.
That's not fun. So we are going to talk about how to block this today because I went, Judy, what do I do this? Now it's done. I want to make it pretty. So.
And I said to her, what does the label say?
And
she sent me a screenshot of this.
That's what I say. This took effing forever. Hand wash it, I would cut. So I already know I have to hand wash it because I put the label on it. So that is what the label on the sweater says. However, the label on Ciro does not say that, which maybe it should. Just saying, listen, Fiber Company. Not saying, just saying. If you want me part of your advisory team.
Fiber Company, don't let her write the labels.
Let me write the labels. If you need help assigning names, titles, anything.
I love you. Don't do that.
Okay, sorry. Never mind. We love you too. All right, so what does this say here? For Ghost Dunes, it says here, the yarn weight is sport. This is a yarn crafted using a blend of Surrey alpaca and merino wool that is wrapped around an organic cotton binder to create a beautifully soft brushed halo.
Just tell them what I have to do.
Oh, I was using my news. I was using my new house degree. Okay, anyways. So it is sport weight, alpaca, cotton, and wool, 225 meters, tension engaged, blah, blah, blah. And then it says here, best results, we recommend that you hand wash colors separately in cool water with a mild soap. Okay.
Okay, so we're not going to do that today.
So why do you want to know what the label says?
Because you asked me. Because you said, what should I do with this? And I went, last time I suggested something, you went out and burned it. So we're not going to do that.
Okay. It wasn't finished. It couldn't get finished because I couldn't fit it over my brain, my very big brain.
I figured it was hand wash.
Yes, well.
So what we're going to do is we're going to steam it.
Okay.
And we're going to spray it with some
Eucalyptus.
not just lightly.
Right.
I don't know whether I would ever, unless you really, got caramel sauce down the front.
Oh, please, let's try to avoid that. Or did you get tartar sauce all over your gorgeous dress one time?
Oh my God, my tartar sauce.
Did you get tartar sauce? Hold on, I'm going to grab the ukulele. You tell your
tartar sauce is a long story.
Okay. Maybe
it was great.
We'll hold on to that story for a minute.
Christmas
party
party
I know,
ever.
poor baby. All right, so here we've got eucalyptus, and I've got this yummy little pack, a little kind of gift set pack. Plus, if you don't know what scent to commit to, unfortunately, doesn't matter for me because I still can't smell a thing since COVID. So I have to go, does this smell good? Is it musty in here? Does this smell? What is it? Because I don't know. I have no idea. So, but anyway, what we do is we add this eucalyptus to water. So sometimes if you're doing a whole wet blocking, you just pour a capful in or follow the instructions, obviously, and then cold water, and then just kind of soak it if you want the whole thing to be wet. Now, the trick is when you are trying to get it out of there, there's a couple things you can do. If you twist it and stretch it, that's going to screw up your stitches. That is going to make a big old hot mess of all of that. Don't do that, okay? I've done it. That's how I know. Listen to me. Speak from my wisdom, okay? But there's other times that you can do where you're just spraying it and kind of making it pretty and putting in the final touches because it gets buffy and pluffy and fluffy. Those are not real words. Some of them pluffy. I mean, it could be. But anyway, now don't look at the fact that some of that, I had some challenges with it being wacky.
I'm not playing with its boob. I'm trying to find there.
Oh, that's what they all say. Judy, we know better. Anyway, so she is going to buff and pluff and fluff that.
So what we're going to do, and sometimes I forgot to bring a hanger, would be easier too, and I don't want you to hold it. So I'm just going to lightly spray with this. And what I have in my spray bottle is like a cap full of the eucalyptus and water. And it's the best way to wet block some things.
I'm going to just...
Because it's rinseless and you're not soaking it, okay? You don't want to soak it. So we're just going to lightly spray it. Just get a little damp. Well, this boob doesn't want to cooperate.
I know. This one's a little crooked.
I know.
Just don't judge its boob, okay?
All right, don't judge me by my boobs.
Don't
I
judge.
won't judge you.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
This poor baby.
So we're just going to lightly spray, not a whole lot. So now, some people say, oh, I have a friend. She's been knitting. She's like 87, 88 years old. She's been knitting since she was 4. And she says, I've never, ever been told to block anything. I've never blocked anything. And I said, Barbara, a long time ago, you had wool and you had cotton.
Right.
And that was it.
Right.
And yeah, you didn't probably have to block a whole lot. But now there's so many synthetic fibers that sometimes you want to block. So this is our first series of doing this. So I have a really good iron that I found on sale at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it's just a really heavy duty. It's self-cleaning because I don't like to clean irons. It has a really good steam spray. When I can get it going. There we go.
Woo-hoo!
And so we're going to just...
My hair just got a little puffier.
There you go. Look at the difference already.
Oh, it's so fluffy and
Look at
puffy
it.
now. Look at how pretty it is.
Find everything. Plus, I worked at Christopher & Banks, and I was really good at steaming stuff as it came in.
You've had the most interesting jobs.
I do.
I mean, 30 years of teaching is long enough to put anyone in the asylum, and yet you...
That's what kept me from this.
Oh.
Yeah, you know why I worked at Christopher & Banks?
Discounts?
50%.
Yeah, I was going to say discounts. That's why...
Yeah, and they wanted you to wear
all their
the
stuff.
clothes,
Yeah.
and so it's like, yeah,
Okay.
I'll work there.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you can see the difference. Can you?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I do need to pull this side a little bit
Watch your
once you're...
finger.
please. Oh, please. I worked in a coffee shop through college. I don't even have
All right,
fingerprints
I'm
anymore.
going to hold it. You're going to spray that
Oh,
side.
jeez. Okay, here we go.
Right there. Hit that one.
Okay. I need this piece to
right,
pull
I'll
a little
hold
bit. Hold that top piece.
Okay.
I need to stretch it just a
Are we
scratch.
getting it? Wait a minute. Where am I at?
I don't
Where
know.
are you at? I can't find you in there.
Come
I don't know
back.
where you are.
Come back. Here I am.
That's why I don't take
This
selfies.
is why people do call us the IT sabios in Spanish, or they,
okay.
or
Here.
magicians oftentimes.
All right, good.
So you fired me from spraying? Is that what you?
I can't do selfies.
I've been
either.
fired. Okay, that's cool. I'm also, moisturizing and my pores are opening up as we sit here.
It's like ordering fajitas at a Mexican
That's
restaurant.
right.
They bring it. And you
It's
do that.
sizzling, baby. You sizzle.
You know, fajitas. I love fajitas, but the only one reason why I like it is just to hear it sizzles. It comes towards you.
That's right. That's what we'll ask Cody Rigsby. Cody Rigsby of Peloton. One of my favorite people on
It
earth.
looks good.
Yes, it looks so cute.
And
I do need
give
to
it
pull
some
this
shade.
down a little bit in the front
It's
because
just really giving it the stress. And actually, it didn't need a lot.
no, it's a
Just
cute
a little bit.
It's a cute.
So
little
there we
puffy-
did it.
A puffy sweater. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And you do. So you do need to block. Now, socks, nah, because you kind of block them when you put them on.
Yeah.
me
See,
get
I
that?
feel like I don't know. Does it need it?
No.
No, I think it looks good.
It just settles everything down.
Now, if you need Judy to come block your stuff, just give us
No.
a call. No? Okay, never mind.
All right, so now we're going to do another type of blocking.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, are you
We can
turning
move-
that off, or
yeah,
what do we
move
do?
Glenda.
You wanna
Is that
move-
Glenda? Yeah, just move Glenda back over there.
Okay.
Well, that's not
Are we
Glenda.
committing I know, Glenda's outside.
still have
She,
a name,
poor
though.
Glenda blew over. We had Nicole hit us yesterday, so
go
very
ahead.
mildly, thankfully. No issues like poor Florida.
All
But,
right, so that's one way to block. And with that mohair, I think that's the perfect way to block.
okay.
If I'm wrong, call Tracy.
Yeah, blame me.
Because I don't care. Because I don't care. That's how I block. That's how I do my blocking.
If you disagree, tell someone else.
So I'm in a couple groups on Facebook, and one of them is color work, Fair Isle and color work. And there's a lot of people on there that are Scandinavian. I don't really understand anything they're saying, but they do these beautiful Marie Wallen Fair Isle cardigans and sweaters, that every row is a different color.
It scares me.
I didn't have a pattern, and I just kind of made it up as I went. I used my stash, and that's why I think my stash is seriously lacking. But sometimes in there they have some really good things. So they were discussing this way of blocking color work. And we're just going to do a little one, because I'm not sure it's going to work.
So I hear first.
But so this is green and white.
Okay. Yes.
And we're just going to ignore the pom-pom.
Do you want me to take it
Okay.
off?
No.
It's all sewn in, okay.
I don't think you can take it off.
I don't know. I've sewn it in. It's not terrifically wonderful. It's floppy.
Yeah, okay. But that's all right.
Regardless.
Because the color work isn't on the pom-pom anyways. And by the way, if you're making wool pom-poms out of the yarn that you just knitted this with, a trick, again, another good trick, is steam it when you're done, and it makes the wool pom-pom fluff.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
this
my
is our-
hair.
This is our steampunk episode.
Yes, I hope you're enjoying. That's why I'm in Mall Black.
So I read this the other day, and what they said to do was turn it in. So let's look at it first.
All right.
I mean, it's so well done.
There we go.
It is kind of done well.
It's adorable. I didn't make it, but Judy did. I'll give you the credit. Girl, it rocks.
Had leftover yarn from my Linea sweater. All right. So they say turn it inside out.
Okay.
Okay. Wet it. Now, I think they're doing wet block. But again, we're just going to do this. Okay. Now,
You can in the eye.
oh, you smell good now.
Oh, thanks. Who needs Chanel?
Here, right here, right here.
I got Euclid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I really
A little
did
bit on
spray.
me. A little bit. I know. I got it all over me.
Okay.
I am
So
not
it's
at
a
all
little
puffy
wet.
now.
And then they say, beat it with a hammer. I mean, not a hammer, a wooden spoon. You're supposed to beat it. And it makes the colors.
This is our catharsis. This is our catharsis.
You're supposed to hit it with a wooden spoon. I feel
It's wrong.
I feel like I'm preparing chicken.
Spray it and beat the crap out of it. It'll be gorgeous. Submissive,
Now,
but
this
gorgeous.
guy, he's a really good knitter, swore by it. He goes, I didn't believe it. I tried it. It worked. You got some hamburger meat on it.
Judy's going on the road with this. Pre-sale tickets are coming up.
I have a friend from college says, you two make a really good team. Oh, Jan. You just remember me from my college days when I was a little
God, help
shy
us
girl.
and save us. Don't remember my college days. Please leave
Oh
those
my
in the
gosh.
archives.
Look at it.
Oh, it did kind of puff it up.
I did puff it up.
Oh,
and it made that color work just beautiful. Beautiful.
That's beautiful. It's
I need
gorgeous.
to put it on a head now. Let me
Oh,
get this.
God. You want it filled?
But it really worked, you guys. Y'all, I'm sorry, we're in the South. Y'all, it really worked. I didn't know you had to beat it that hard. But hey, I'm
going to have you beat other things in my life. Here you go.
So when I finish Islington, I'm going to do that because I bet it really softens that heavy wool.
Well, Islington we use a Biche and Boucher yarn, and it's very thick and kind of rough. Is there a better adjective for it?
I can't believe the difference.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I'm a testimonial on it.
There you go.
Testimony. Get
Right
your wooden
here.
spoon.
Beat the crap out of your project.
Yeah, I'm not giving this back to Gordon. I'm keeping him.
Gordon, we're going to keep it at the shop. Sorry, it's now hostage here.
I was hitting him with it as I took it out and I was going.
He must have loved that.
He's like, what are you doing
He
to the
must
wooden
have
spoon?
loved
I'm taking
that.
it to the shop today.
Yes.
What are you doing to the customers?
Don't worry about it. It's part of the process.
Yeah, I'm just amazed. I am so.
I'm just enjoying the catharsis.
Aren't you? I mean, when you see it, you can really see the difference. You really see the color work now.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Because I
kind of wasn't believing it.
I beat it into submission.
You did. Well, that's what you have to do. And now it's like it feels bad and wants to be
Well,
part
look,
of our family.
You
and-
can see a spot where I missed.
Yeah.
It looks like that.
Yeah. And the rest of just whack it. Just whack it. That's right.
And then you can see the spot that I got. See, here's this little spot I missed, and it's a little funky.
Yeah.
And then look where I did it.
Yeah, it does. It definitely kind of.
So I don't know how we're going to. We're going to carry a line.
We'll start
of
taking.
shrimp and nuts wooden spoon.
We'll start taking offers for anyone that wants to come in and wear the stuff while we beat it.
No, we won't be.
We won't be
But
doing
we're gonna carry our own line of shrimp and knits wooden spoons.
Mm-hmm.
I really think you should.
You can beat the crap
Because
out
we
of it.
do so much color work here.
All right.
You should get some and just.
Judy loves to spend my money, so I say, what else do you think we should order, Judy? Okay, she's got me ordering sock kits now, also from the Fiber Company.
Oh, Fiber Company,
and-
I love your socks.
Oh my God, my poor distributor yesterday was like,
what is it? All the flow or even the flow? It's the through the flow. Your 3 cow colors.
yeah.
Fiber Company, I hope you're watching.
Yeah. Yes,
I want
please.
you alone.
Also,
So that's what I was
still
talking
running
about.
on Duncan. Hopefully they'll pick us up too, right?
Do you know why their motto is Duncan runs on
America runs on Duncan.
America runs
You
on
can't
Duncan?
quote them and not know the quote, dude.
I'm sorry, America runs on Duncan?
I don't know why.
I do know.
Why?
My friend Norah told me this. During the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yes.
Okay. And that day they closed down the whole city.
I remember that day.
I watched it all
Oh,
day.
yeah, I remember that day.
I was amazed that you could close down an entire city.
You don't
like
mess
that.
with Boston, man. You do not mess with Boston.
What they did though, they asked only the Duncans to stay open so everybody in the search and everything could go
get
in and get
caffeine.
coffee and something to eat
Good,
and a
good
hot
for them.
meal. So that's where they got their motto, America runs on Duncan.
I didn't know that. Well, that is a good motto, and that was.
And so if you're watching the Tournament of Champions on Jeopardy,
Now
that
you know.
might be
might be one of those
I
questions.
am.
those
I'm really
final
amazed.
questions.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that came out really cool.
I am doing that from
All
now
right,
on.
now we've got to ask for an extra set of spoons for the holidays. So
No, I
if
think you
you're
should.
if you're giving the gift this holiday and you're looking for
wooden
different
spoons.
fun and inspirational gifts, whack and spoon. It's good for all
I
family
bet you
members.
can Amazon it. Yesterday was bad because we had a wind day here.
Oh
so
no!
we closed.
So
'cause we had.
Judy probably bought all of Amazon again.
I did. Just about. I have things.
I had to
coming
cut her
out.
off. She calls me. She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna order. Is it okay if I order this?" Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Go ahead." And she's like, "Okay, no, I'm not gonna now."
Well, I am so glad that when I taught, there was no Amazon or online because I'd be working until I was 75 to pay it all
Oh,
off. Because I do. I have 2 things coming in tomorrow, something Sunday and something Monday.
Yeah, I bought. So this is ridiculous and a tangent, but that's how my brain works. So we, my room, my gym, my workout room is above the kitchen, and it has this very old, very heavy I don't care for a chandelier in there. And so when my treadmill was right over it, and so you could tell when I was running, it would swing, and I'm like, this thing's gonna break. We gotta get rid of this thing. And I looked up the other day, and it's like trying to pull apart. I'm like, we probably should take this down now. So we took it down. I haven't had a light in my kitchen, so this big old box from Amazon goes in. I'm like, I bought a light.
I know. I even bought something this morning.
We're like, you need to get here. I don't care that we are in a hurricane. I bought a freaking light, and I expect that shit all up in here. Sorry for this swear.
You know what I did?
What?
There's well, during the pandemic and all, our friends Clint and Tony, they were laughing about something, and I said, oh yeah, I've ordered everything. And she goes, oh, you don't order that much. And then she goes, I was walking Lacey, and the time I walked Lacey, I saw a UPS truck, an Amazon truck, and a FedEx truck pulled up. And I went, yeah, I know. So earlier this year, there was a scam going around, and it came out really like what they do is they hack your phone. But I got this email that was from Tony, and it said, and she very rarely emails or anything. She goes, do you order very much from Amazon? I need help with something.
Have I order everything from Amazon? Why?
Before I
You've
realized,
come to the right person.
well, that's not what I said. Before I realized it was a scam, I emailed back, replied to the scammers. And my reply was, and I quote, bitch, you see the truck here every day.
I bet they
stopped. Oh, let's go on with this and see what else she says. And by the time I got the second thing, she was frantically sending, I got hacked, don't use it. Well, I did. That's what I replied, bitch. You see it here every day. And we're going to go on with her. She's too much fun.
It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, well, now because my shop number is out in the world, I get all kinds of stuff all the time. The other day it was, are you the primary residence owner of this address? Because we would like to buy your house. I'm like, okay, how much you offering? Everything's for sale.
Yeah, okay. And it's like,
come on down.
I just sold the house and we rent. So.
Right. Sure, that's fine. I mean, I don't own it.
I helped my landlord sell my, but I just sold your house.
I also hope you don't mind, but it's I got a good offer on it. I couldn't refuse. So, all right. So anyway,
did you knit yesterday? Yesterday was like a snow day.
It wasn't a snow day for me.
I never got out of my sweats.
It wasn't a snow day for me because I'm a college professor, as I've said, and the college I work for is out of New Jersey, Montclair State University, and they did not recognize yesterday as a hurricane warning day, which I found rude. I mean, hello. I mean, I'm the only one that lives here and works remotely, but still, I mean, you know. So no, I had to teach all day yesterday. It was like
a snow day. It really was.
It was like it felt like a snow day. The kids were remote. They were working from home. I had one kid who, for 6 hours, incessantly goes, well, this is ridiculous. I can't believe I had this. This teacher gave us all this work, and I have to watch 10 videos, and blah, 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 blah. And we shut the door. You okay in this? Oh, God, okay. We shut the door again. I'd somehow, things were getting thrown. And the other one's doing handstands in a room. I'm like, are you on a Zoom call? Yeah, why? What's up? I'm like, oh, God, help us. So I don't know. We survived it. Did they do the work they're supposed to? Power School will tell. Power School will tell. So it wasn't a snow day per se.
But I knitted. And I'm working on the Islington.
This one is so pretty. I call it the thistle because you know how I can't ever remember names.
And this is the main color. And it was kind of neat because you work up to like this point here, and then you section it off, and then you start on the sleeves. So this is
wait. So the sleeves start like here?
No, the sleeves. Here's your underarm.
Okay, so you still go to the underarm. Okay,
yeah, so it's gonna. But
gotcha.
But the color work starts here, not so much up here.
Okay.
Bisects the boots.
So then you're going to attach the sleeves like normal, but then you're going to do the color work.
The whole thing. So it's kind of cool. But because usually they're top down, so you get to do all the fun part.
Yeah, and then you're bored for like 6 days. You're like, I've been knitting for a month.
Inches. So this time it was 14 inches this way. So now I'm to the fun part. And so I thought, so I sectioned it all off, and I thought, I'll start the sleeve last night. So I started the sleeve, and I burst out laughing because I now realize I am on 4 sleeves. 4, because I'm still working on Flaming June. I am only 3 more rows on this one. I am finishing this today.
This is the sweater that never ends.
And I'm working on this one. So then I'll be down to 3 sleeves.
Okay.
So I texted Tracy, and I'm like, you know how your TV has Storm Tracker? Mm-hmm. I think we need to start the sleeve tracker.
Absolutely. Where is Judy now?
On sleeve.
Where is she?
Because
and then
all of a sudden,
Gordon could put a fan behind you. You could be like, I'm working on this. It's fine. Yarn's going everywhere. I think you should do it.
3. So this one, I will be down to 3 sleeves today. I promise, but I'm cracking up because I'm like 4 sleeves. Vests, sleeveless vests are starting to look really.
They'll come in for you.
really,
They will
really
definitely
good.
become in vogue right now. Milan is sponsoring them right now or
But
showcasing
the
them.
sleeve is kind of cool because you do a little bit of color work on the cuff.
And are you done with the color work on the cuff?
Yeah, I'm starting
Okay,
the
so
whole
that's why
sleeve.
you're all cut as far as okay. So I was wondering why there's nothing attached. All right, so that's very cute, that sleeve. Well, I started, I finished up my puffy sweater, and then I had to tuck and all the little things that dropped and nipped and all that back together. And then last night I'm like, I just need something easy and fast. So I'm doing this. I think we've talked about before. So here's where I am with my little green highlighter tape, which is so much fun. But yeah, so I started that last night, and then I put a picture of it just to say, here's what I've been doing. And now I realize that I mostly just put a picture of perky boobs. So I'm hoping it doesn't finish like
It'll be
perky
fun
boobs.
if you don't put tassels on it. Nobody will notice.
See, that's where I was going to be extra. I thought right up here, I could just throw some tassels on there or beads, you know what I mean? Like really fancy it up for the living room. Afghan. So yeah, Norah's vintage Afghan. So much fun. Cables. It's easy. The problem, not problem, but this is something where it's all counting. All counting. So my daughter's like, look, I found this video of a frog. I'm like, 8, 9, 10. So I'm like, can you stop that?
I mean, I look at this and I even pass out. I mean,
Once
oh, God.
I truth be told, I did have to rip it all apart once because
but it's
I
pretty
started.
symmetrical. So
Yeah, well, until it starts to form where you can see and then you can follow your stitches, it's a little daunting because I'm like, is this what it's supposed to look like? And then I realized no, because I had started in my head, there's one section where you have to do this same thing 3 times, and I was doing it 4, so I've thrown off. I'm like, why is this not adding up? And that was my own, it's math. Okay, once there's math involved, all bets are off. So,
But it's pretty symmetrical. I agree. When you're doing cables, until you can see the pattern. Same thing with raglan sleeves.
agreed.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah, 'cause
It's
you're like, is this even gonna- what is this gonna be?
What? Oh, there it is. I see
they are.
it. Yeah.
So I figured I'd start, and then all right. So I believe I've told this. Who knows at this point? A, I can't remember anything. Thank you, COVID, and getting old. And B,
But we like her stories.
so I tell the same one over and over again. It's
my
like
dad used to say.
Groundhog Day.
My dad used to say, I'm going to tell you this story, and don't stop me if I've told it before, because I really like the story, and I'm going to tell it again.
That's right. So this is a really good story. So I started this. I know I've shown you this before. So this is pressed flowers. This shawl, Judy was our first class that she taught here, and I started doing it, and I loved it. But it is again something you need to pay attention to. And when people come into my shop, I don't like to hover, but I do like to have a conversation. Hey, how are you? A lot of tourists come through because we're right next to Hilton Head. We're in Bluffton, and so I like to have a conversation. Plus, I'm a chatterbox, so that's.
In case you hadn't noticed.
I know. Sorry, I hope you were sitting down when I just threw that.
I'm really shy.
Threw that right out there. But anyway, so at one point I had gotten probably about this much into the shawl because you kind of add as it goes. It's a triangle, and then I realized there was a jag, and I had screwed up one of the flowers, and it was like staring at me. It was horrible. It was like I was having nightmares about the thing. So I frogged it, and there was maybe some tears, and she was like. And so she sat in timeout for a long time. And I think I'm ready to rekindle.
She's ready. You're ready to do it.
I'm ready
now.
to rekindle. I'm doing it with different yarn
When
though.
you started it, you were, the shop was opening.
Brand spanking new.
and
We
you
were like 3 weeks
trying to
open.
make and do everything.
Yeah, it's new. First of all, I'm going to just give you some, if you need some business advice, opening during a pandemic, also a war that's starting at that time in the Ukraine, where Turkey and all those areas are where we get a lot of cotton from. It's such a good idea. I really recommend it. Yeah. And then they raise all the prices on shipping, and then you try to get a skein of yarn, and it's like, it costs me $50, which means I have to pass a little bit of that. It's such fun.
Well, that's anywhere now with shipping.
It's good times.
I ordered 4 little jars of dye powder. They came to $12, and shipping was $11.99.
I know it's absolutely insane, and it's like I can't eat all these prices. I'm still tiny baby shop.
I think it would have been cheaper if I just driven to Massachusetts and got it. I think next time I'll have Liz go get it.
Road trip. Let's do that next time.
Okay.
We'll just road trip it up, and
Yeah, we'll pick all the places where we ordered stuff. We got to pick it up because.
So anyway, as I digress, as I often do. So I bought this yarn when my mom, I knew she didn't have very much time left, and it's called Diane, and that's my mom's name. So, and this is through Malabrigo, and so I thought this was kind of a fun.
It's gorgeous.
It's really
gorgeous.
fun. And then I wanted something that made this kind of pop. So my daughter, actually, she's the artist, and she's got the eye for this, Judy, and she helped me decide. So Lena picked this one out, and so I'm going to do, this is the main, this is the contrasting color. So I am going to start that, excuse me, now that I've finished both of those sweaters, because we're kind of, as far as our knit along, which is really how this started out, was a knit along, and now we've just kind of morphed into whatever this is.
And pressed flowers looks like it's kind of woven anyways. If you've ever seen it up close, when you look at it,
this picture doesn't do it justice.
Being variegated is going to look so woven. I did mine in 2 solids.
Here's the chart as we continue with it, but it is really like chart and then the other chart, and then you kind of spread between the charts.
Yeah,
and
this is really going to make it look woven.
I think it's going to be pretty. And then I have something, because I started the dumpster fire sweater when I found out that my mom was on very borrowed time, and I finished it right after she passed. So I think that was, my brain is chaotic, and this one hopefully will be pretty. So
I think it'll be gorgeous.
Yeah, we'll just go through that.
We'll call that. We'll work on that at the same time we're working on my sleeves.
Oh, you will be working on your sleeves for until the end of time.
No, really, because I'm going to finish this one a day. That is my goal.
Yeah, but you're going to finish it, but I think
just
press
one
flowers,
sleeve though. I'm going to finish today.
Well, you have 11.5 more to go, so
we may.
It feels like 11.5 more with these sweaters. So, and we had some lovely people come through. This week was terrific. We met a lot of new friends.
Oh my God, Wednesday
it was wonderful. So many new friends that are in town. We got some people taking some classes, but we did have people wanting to look at one skein projects. And I have a couple books here, not a ton, because you know what? Everyone goes to Ravelry. So when people come in and go, do you have any patterns? I'm like, I have books. I have a few random things that were sent to me by, different distributors, but I don't really carry just stacks of patterns, because who uses that? I mean, I would go to Ravelry.
And really, truly, nowadays, not a lot of books, and they're kind of getting away from it because they learn.
Right.
A lot of books you can buy the patterns.
Right. And then why would you buy the book? Because you can buy the pattern for,
unless they're laying and you love the book.
Yeah, you can. The book is just so gorgeous. I have those too, in case you're looking. But anyway.
She's like the color workshop here. She really is.
I hate to brag, but it's all thanks to Judy, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
She's getting it.
Smoke and mirrors.
Notice she's still supposed to be working on her stuff.
I know, I brought it though.
Did you?
I did bring it, so we can work on that in a minute. So anyway, there are some books out here. Knitting Stash Busters is one of them. I made this for Valentine's when I first opened up, and I had this wonderful, wonderful woman that I met, and I wish she would come back and play because she was so funny. Lisa, you didn't meet her. She came in. She's now local. She lived literally like a block away from me when I was in New Jersey. I lived in Montclair for 3 years, and she lived in West Orange, next door to us. And she and I laughed the entire time she was here. I mean, she's just wonderful, and she's
and she lives there. But
she's here.
Oh,
she's
really?
here, but she's a busy businesswoman. She owns a company where she does a lot of writing, technical writing, and things like that for companies. But really smart, really funny. Yes, so they have different types of one stash projects. So one I know we've talked about before, always good, are dishcloths and washcloths, and you can make them in all different shapes. I have a friend, Kim, that made them almost like coasters, and then she puts them in 4. She uses thick, heavy cotton, so we have some natural cotton that works well for that, plus you can wash it, and it doesn't, it kind of pulls it all back together.
Mouse mittens. Look at those.
So cute. Oh, so cute. So those are some ideas. We definitely have some ideas. We showcased Dash last week, which is a newer yarn to my shop, and it is so soft and squishy. I can't keep it on the shelves.
It is literally.
I'm like, I don't know if I have that one anymore. Hold on.
Somebody comes in and goes, I need to make a baby, something for a baby. And they're like 3, 4 skeins of it.
And they're so squishy.
Gorgeous.
I just mailed some. Everything that I have online, I can ship to you as well. And I know I shipped a bunch of it out 2 days ago. I mean, it's so soft and squishy. I can't tell you enough that everyone that feels it goes. So anyways, yeah. So we were talking about that. You had some other ideas? Cowls. There's some cowls out there that are good one skein projects. This hat you said is one,
Oh
not
yeah,
even
that
one.
was really, really fast.
This one
And
was-
you get to beat it when you're done.
And you get to beat it when you're done, so there is that
Yeah,
added bonus.
that just took. Yeah. What else have you done?
You had a couple cowls that you have talked about that are just the quick.
Oh yeah, wildflower.
That's the one.
Among the wildflowers, and that's free on Ravelry.
Okay, perfect.
And you know what? That looks really pretty in tape yarn when you do the tape
Oh,
yarn.
and I have Tina's tape yarn from Wool and the Gang. I'll grab some of that. And it is
Okay.
just, the colors are so much fun. And of course, because I'm a Spanish teacher, I've chosen some that have some quetzal green and some of these colors that are just really, really vibrant. But it is good. This is more of the like hippie crunchy type of yarn because it's all recycled.
Right, and those are really fast for Christmas presents. The among the wildflowers you can do like in a couple hours.
Here's a
Oh,
couple
those
more.
two colors would be pretty.
Here's a couple more.
And you got the cupcake cow, which is another free one and very quick and very easy to do if you've got a new, you want to show off that I'm a new knitter.
Look what I can do.
do.
So lots of fun ways, and if you're just looking for a gift to give someone that's a knitter or crocheter in your life, a fiber enthusiast.
You know what I did one year?
No.
But it got hard to find. I found teapots.
Oh, that's
At,
cute. The little cozy things
Yes.
for them? Those are
Well,
so cute.
I found them at thrift stores, and you kind of need like the round one. It's sometimes
Yeah.
hard to find. You take the lid off, and you make that little indentation in the lid a pin cushion.
Oh, that's
So
a
you take
great
it out.
idea.
And then the cozy that I made was a little Fair Isle sweater.
So
it was
cute.
so cute. It was so cute when I got it done.
Sweater with
But I had trouble finding teapots. And then I was over it, and now I've got teapots sitting in my sewing room. Like, I really
Yeah.
can't do this.
I
But yeah,
have-
they made really cute
You know, we
gifts.
should do something with that because when we lived in Montclair, we had this very old Victorian, gorgeous, gorgeous house, and it had all these glass cupboards, it's so horrifying because you're like, oh my God, I can't actually have cupboards because now everyone's going to see what a chaotic mess I am, and I'm a little OCD for that. So, at all the tops of them, I had old teapots, and so that was months of looking on like eBay and things
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
just the little round
Yeah,
ones.
I have a
Oh,
bunch
yeah,
of them
I'll
too.
show you the
let's
pattern.
let's
It's
let's play with
adorable.
that on here one of these days. Let me grab.
They're so cute to make. And you just made a little pin cushion. I gave 2 or 3 of those away as gifts, and they absolutely loved them. They were just so amazed at what a sweet little gift it was.
You know
And
what?
then
You'll have to
really
do
with
that.
The spout, you could put your knitting needles down in it if you had to.
Well, you'll have to do that because you don't have anything going on right now. So I figure,
Yeah.
you only had to make
Like 3
5,648 cushions the other day. So, all right. Are we ready? Are we really ready for this? To show what a
are.
complete idiot I am when it comes to this? Deep breaths.
She can do it.
I gotta call my inner Cody Rigsby to make me laugh at how ridiculous I am. Okay, so here's what I've done so far, which looks phallic, and it is. Hence the reason it looks phallic. So I've started.
No, it's not. It looks good.
All right, so here is the
Yeah, it does.
top. We're not gonna. So here's the top. All right, and so I've done up to where Judy said, "Get to here," and then. All right, so now here's what's challenging is it is upside down because of the way that you work, and then it hangs from here. So
Yeah, that can be, yeah. So you're at where are you at?
I'm at this. I just did.
Are you ready to start have you done any color work?
No, well, I did.
Oh,
the
that's
3.
right. You go up above. You put your.
I
tape
did for
above.
this one because I
So
wanted
you
to see
still
where I
got
was.
2 rows of solids to do.
But I did. All right, I did
Did
the
you do
blue, and I did.
You did it.
row. Yeah, I did them. I think I'm starting
Okay,
with.
so you're on row. Are you ready for this? 7.
Seven.
So get
Estoy
rid
aquí.
of your blue. Just
So
cut it.
Cut the blue. That
Cut the
scares me.
blue and cut the gold.
Oh wow.
Well, wait a minute.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hold
Don't.
on. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah. Do you have white?
Well, I had. Yes, I have it right here.
Okay. Oh dear, your yarn just committed suicide. Now you're
See,
kicking it all
no,
over.
here's how it goes.
Okay, so you're going to be using these 2 colors.
Okay.
So get rid of the others.
Okay.
That'll help.
It scares me to cut, girl. All right, so I'm gonna keep my green, but I'm cutting my blue and my gold. Do I
Yes.
cut? Is this too short?
Give it a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Because when you're putting all those great gifts in there, a little bit too much, but that's okay.
I can always cut more. It's like when you're getting your hair cut, you're like, cut an inch and we'll see. Okay, so what are you doing?
All right.
And
now, which is this is your front, right?
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
you need
because we
to
have to
know.
figure out where the hook goes, right?
You're gonna hang it this way or this way?
Well, I just want to make sure the heel goes in the front the right way. Okay. I don't know. You tell me. What it doesn't. They're all numbered on the same side, so it's hard for me to know.
Wait, let me look.
Okay. She's going to take the spoon up
Okay.
to me soon. I better pay attention.
Yeah. I've got power now. I feel like a Catholic nun.
Oh, jeez.
Pay attention.
Get my roller out.
What color shall we put
She
in?
can beat me with this. Look how cute, little
He
baby.
is so cute.
Okay.
I would never beat him.
Okay. You beat me, but
All right.
not the sheep. Got it. Okay.
Put this in here. Well, wait a minute.
Where are
Where's
we
your-
putting it in here?
Where's your yarn at?
I just cut it.
Well, now your green is clear over here.
Okay.
So apparently, though, this is your front.
All
So
right.
your stocking's going to go this way.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to have to refigure all those.
Well, I can put another row in, can't I?
Well, sure.
right,
But
so-
they want to see more color work, so we're
Oh,
going to.
I don't. Do you want to see that?
Okay, because then we'll hang them up and they'll face each other. They'll be very cute. All right.
All right. So that's my front.
No, wait a minute. You were right. I forgot it's upside down.
It's the blind leading the blood. You want some?
No, okay.
That's because you're not feels on Duncan.
Ugh.
Don't you? Ugh. This is like my soul.
Well, you know
here.
what? I make my own iced coffee, and I was making it this morning, and I said to my husband, I don't mind making it, but I'm really tired of never getting any tips.
It's true. That's true. No, I mean I grew up in New England. I mean you can't. You. It's part of my
I
blood.
know,
It's part of my DNA.
You and Liz
All
and
your
Norah,
people.
I feel
all
like
your
a big
people.
pariah.
You are gravitating to the cool people, the New Englanders.
I am really confused here. Hold on.
See, how are you going to
Talk.
teach me? Okay, so
Well, because I'm trying to figure out which way we're going. We're going this way.
okay,
So yeah, this is your front. Okay.
okay, all right.
Okay.
So here we go, and this is called the Christmas Heron Stocking. If
Yeah,
you would
wanna
like
get
to
that
make
one
it,
down so they can
so
see
yes,
it?
I will show you because if you'd like to make it,
You are going to make yours so it's going the other way. That's okay.
whatever. As long as I know, then we're good. All right, so here is Judy's completed, gorgeous. We decided this was going to be part of our Bluffton series here because Judy's Bluffton series yarn is so beautiful. And anyone that visits the area, you know, we don't get snow hardly ever. And so this is when we do get herons all the time.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So
Why are you throwing my stuff? I see how it is.
it's like fishing. Oh,
Give me
my
the
God,
thing.
this
Give me
came
the beating, the whacking stick.
out. You want to decide what you want to pop, and in this case, it's this star pattern.
Okay. I'm just going to follow what you did because I
Okay.
don't know yet. I'd rather be able to look at something more visual.
So the green is what you want to pop.
Okay.
So you want to put that in your left hand,
The green in my left hand.
and the background will be in your right hand.
Okay, so the white is in my right hand. All right. Now, which side? Am I on the front now or the
Yep.
back? Okay, so I'm on the front, so I push all my stuff to this one. So she's got me on doing two circular needles, which sometimes still like, what? I learned on straights, so I always feel like kind of some allegiance to straights.
If working two fingers or two separate hands gets hard for you, then you can
I'm a
always
special kind
do
of girl.
it with one, but still make sure that that's on the left hand side, and
Okay.
your background is on your
All right,
right
so
hand side.
I've got. All right, so I've got.
I
this
don't know
in.
whether you heard me the other day when I was talking to Shelley, because she was doing the mountains and the trees and all that stuff.
For
and
the
I
class?
think I took it home. Yeah, and yeah, for the class. And she was like, "Well, what's my dominant?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what." I kind of cheated. I wanted the clouds to be pop, so that was on my left-hand side. But then when I got to the mountains and the clouds, I wanted the mountains to pop, so I switched. And then my mountains were on my left side, and I switched my clouds over to my right side.
Okay, I
Got
probably
that?
should. I
Clear
should
as mud.
probably like write an L on one hand.
Okay.
And,
Like I did with poor Jim's bowling shoes. One
yes,
time.
one time. Okay, so I'm going to put this one, and so now according to this, I need to do three
3 white.
white. All right, so and this is simply a knit stitch, correct?
And then once you get around, we'll tighten it up where you began.
All right, so 1,
2. But this is really...
is this? Are you now? Think deeply about. This.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Dun dun dun. dun. Now I do.
You're basically doing... Okay. You're going to want to put some markers.
Right now?
When you get to it. Let's see.
I'm at 3.
Every 10. You're going to want to put a marker.
All right, so now I need green, right?
Yep, now you're going to do one
So
green.
I just leave this dangly?
Yeah, because you're
Okay.
going to use it.
Okay, oops, I almost broke the rule. So,
Green.
green.
Okay.
Oops, what happened there?
Now another.
Hold on, need to re-green because this one was... Okay, so now
Now
how
you
many
do
more white?
3 more white.
This is weird.
Keep it loose. It will. You know what it is? It's a kinetic memory, and you're retraining your muscles. And I'll tell
My
you
muscles
what,
are like, ah!
I did. I literally sat and did a
2, 3.
Nordic mitten till I got the feel of it.
All right, now 1 green?
1 green.
Okay. Now
you
mathematically...
got... No, it's not that way across. How many you got across?
I got 3, 4, 8. So now...
8. Okay, so do 2 more white.
Okay, so 1, 2, and 1 green. Do I now
Nope.
put a pin?
Nope, put a pin.
Pin.
Now you've got 5 white.
5
Now
white.
you've already done 2 white.
So I have 5 more or 5 total?
5 more.
5 more.
So do
Okay.
1 more.
One.
Now I'm going to show you a trick
Okay.
on how to carry. You need to carry your float.
Okay.
You don't want to have 8 going across. So this, I'm not. You're not wearing these stockings.
To your knowledge.
To your knowledge. So you don't
judge, okay? It's fine.
If you're wearing something that you need to carry the floats and you don't want to catch like your sleeve or your earrings or some your fingernail or something in it, then you tend to do 3 or 4.
Okay.
This is
So like when you're putting a sweater on, you don't want to...
right.
Okay,
No, you
got
don't
it.
want to catch it.
Got it.
So, but then it depends because sometimes when I do way too many floats, way too many spaces in between, I get the tension gets wonky. For me.
Does it become loose?
Yeah, it becomes looser for me. So I tend to do like maybe every 4.
Okay.
3 or 4. So you've done 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Now you want to carry that float. So it's in your dominant hand. It's in your pop hand. Watch what I'm going to do. And I know you can't see this, but I put in like I'm going to knit, and I lay that green yarn that I'm carrying on top of the needle.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take that white and I'm going to knit it, and as I knit it, I slide it down underneath that green, and when I pull it off, I've carried it.
Oh. So you don't wrap it like you do
You don't
with
have to
Sweet and
wrap.
Steven.
No,
Oh.
you can't. I kind of have to when I'm going the other way because I don't know how to do it from my right hand. So you've got 1, 2, 3. So you got 1, 2. You got to do 3 more. So 3 more white.
Okay.
But that's how you do it. And I'll tell you what, the book Nordic
Knitting tapestry
yeah, no,
knitting.
that Nordic knitting book explains it so well in there how to carry it.
3. All right. How many am I doing here total?
5.
5. Wait. 5 all for the whole white, or just since the pin? 5 for
Since the pin.
Okay. So now because I'm going to green.
This book, so many good
Knitting
tips.
primer, right?
I always had a hard time wrapping until I learned that, and it was like,
All right.
look how quick you're going with that now.
So 1.
We got how
And
many
then
have you got?
3, because I just did the
You're
first
in
purple
this-
and that
you're in
second one.
This section.
Yep.
right
So I'm in
here.
the first purple,
1, 2, 3.
and now I've got 1. Now I just got to reconfigure how I'm holding my
2.
hands.
Yeah.
That's weird because I don't usually wrap for that one.
3.
3. And now
And now-
because I'm going to purple,
One green. Now count. Make sure you've got 10.
Hang on. Stuck. All right. And now 1. Hold on. See, this is why we don't learn in front of people. Although my first career I did, they put me on the air when I was in radio without ever having been on the air before. That was such a good idea. Okay. So let's count.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Well, it wasn't quite. That's where I ended. That's where I was like, I'm not made for this business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
And it's good to do that because then you know exactly where you are.
Right.
And this chart is really good on this because she shows you right where you divide where the front and the back is. So, and it really is, the last one is 5. You end with 5 on the front and you start with 5 on the back. And it kind of goes that way. And
All right. So I just did 3 of the white. So now, just to make
wait a
sure.
minute, why did you do 3 of the white?
Aren't I supposed to on this next piece?
No, you're here.
I know, that's what I'm doing. 3 of the white. Now, aren't I supposed to do a float now?
Yeah, do a float.
All right, so now I have to remember.
The trick is, too,
I lay it over the top, right? Mm-hmm. All right, and then, hold on.
Wait a minute. Act like you're going to stitch it, though. Get it in there to stitch first.
Oh, okay. That's where I was screwing up.
Okay,
all right,
then
so
lay it there.
stitch.
Lay it there loosely. It doesn't really go.
Follow me for more knitting.
It keeps jumping off the needle like, no!
Okay, so I wrapped it like
No, slide it down.
Slide the white down?
Slide the white down underneath the green.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is all tense. All right, so
if
4.
you've got a lot that you're doing row after row, and I think you do on this beginning, you don't want to wrap in the same place each time because it will start to show through and get heavy.
Okay.
So if you've got like 7 the first time around, I do 3 and 4, and then if I've got to do that same row again, I do 4 and 3 or whatever.
So how many did I have to do with this white?
Well, yeah,
that one. Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So 7.
7.
All right, so then I got that. So now we need to do 1 green and 2 white.
Count, make sure you got
1, 2, and then I gotta put a stitch marker. All right, 1. Hold on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good.
Thank you, instructora. All right,
now where are you at?
I am at the last part of this.
So you should only have 5.
Okay, because
how
now
many you
I'm
got
finishing.
left on your needles?
I have
5. She's good.
All right, so 1, and
then 3.
then
Now
3,
stop there before you didn't knit the very last one.
2.
Okay. Now
Last one. Whoa! Oh, here we go.
if you notice, you've got your green clear over here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go ahead and knit this white and then turn, and you're going to start with white, you're going like 8, 9, 10 before you ever get to this green again.
Oh, yeah. So
and
I
if
should
you try to pull
wrap
it, it's going to tighten. So whenever I get to the next to last stitch, I do a wrap.
Okay.
And same thing when I turn it, and you've got 3 that are white, I usually do 1 or 2 and then wrap it so I can tug it and get it snug up so I don't get a ladder.
Okay. Okay, so I need to.
Does that make sense?
It's in my head.
We
it makes
need
sense.
to do
so
slow-mo sometimes.
1. All right. So I am doing white.
Right,
so I'm
but
going
do
to
a wrap. But do a wrap.
wrap this way,
However you wrap.
and then this way comes through, and then I pull it down, and
There you go. You got one. Oh,
oops, lies.
she had it.
I had it. It's sort of just decided to.
I always do that so you
Okay.
don't when carrying color work when you're using with 2 circulars, because you just don't want to wrap it that far.
All right. So now I'm
Okay,
going to
so
pull
now
my
you're
needles and twist.
And you're going to do 5 because you're doing.
Now, did you say I start and wrap tier 2, or
do
because?
do 1 and then wrap it because you
Do
got
one,
3 white.
All right. So I got 3 white. This is super exciting, I'm sure.
They're dropping off like
They're like, oh yeah,
flies.
this girl's awful.
We're only doing 1 more row.
2.
Now wrap it because
Got
you're
2.
pulling it from way over here, and you want to be able to tug it.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this in this hand. All right. So I'm gonna put
Should
it
have been in the
through
shop the other day
and
when
wrap.
2 people were working on the shift, which was mosaic. One person was working on the mountain socks, and one person was working on Lanegan. So I was doing 3 different kinds of color work all at once.
You can handle
I
it.
did. I handled it really well.
All right. Now, why am I getting?
Because sometimes that happens, and you just
okay.
have to kind of do it again, keep it loose.
All right. So here's this wrap over the top.
Yeah, and
Now
sometimes
wrap
as you
like
go
I'm
back
going
through, you
to
realize you caught it, so you got to
pull
take
it
that
down.
stitch up.
There we go. Okay.
Now,
So that was 3.
Okay.
And I need to do 1 green. Now, this getting used to 2 hands is weird.
I know it is.
It's definitely weird because I don't know. Do I throw or flick? I'm a thrower, right?
You're well, yeah. I think there's a flick.
Well, now it's a forced flick.
A flick.
Flick. I'm flicking. All right. So
How many you got on there?
I have 4.
Okay, let's do 1 more white.
1 more white. Is this one 5 now?
Yeah, because it's a mirror. So you came across and ended
Oh,
with 5.
gotcha,
so you're
gotcha.
gonna-
Of
So
course,
you're
that
doing
makes
a
sense.
mirror image all the way
That
back.
makes sense. All right. So 5, 1.
Okay.
All right.
You're good. You can finish
All right.
out this
I
row.
just want to finish this one. What color am I
gonna do it.
going on? White, right? Okay.
I'm just going
that
to
way.
do it.
All right.
So,
I'm not going to continue because that's boring as hell. Anyway, I just want to say thank you again for all of you that are joining us. And I saw that our girl Lori is here. Lori, I put your sock class on. Love you. Come join our sock class. There's baby socks in the picture because I haven't updated it yet. But come join us for socks, beginner socks.
oh, yeah.
So Lori, we love so much. She comes in and she plays with us, and she brought in the most gorgeous blanket that Judy's actually working on the same one. And so she made a beautiful vest. So that maybe you should work with her on vests from now on because
Oh, the color block vest.
yes, it was
Yeah,
gorgeous.
she had no sleeves.
She had no sleeves. That's why, because Judy, we need to give her a break from sleeves. So
My color work blanket is almost done. I'm on
I
my
can't
last
believe
two
it. Didn't you
colors.
give it like this whole football season? Oh, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I started on it like last January.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I kind of put it away because it got heavy during the summer.
Yeah.
And I met someone that made me knit socks and everything else.
Wow, lucky girl. Other people
So
wish
it's
they
my,
could be
it's
you.
my football one. It's my purloined one, remember?
I do.
That I couldn't afford the kit. Mm-hmm. So I figured out how to make it and bought
Yeah.
my own yarn. And so I really can't show it because I don't want her to get sued.
Why? You
And actually, I switched it up.
I switched it up. It's your knitting. We
know.
didn't create
I
the pattern and
switched it
say
up.
it was mine. I mean,
I switched it up.
Yeah,
I did.
It's
I
your own
switched it
pattern.
up.
It's all good.
And it looks good, and I'm excited to have it done. And I know Maggie is going to claim it as soon as I get done. She claims all my knitted blankets.
Well, that's how she do. They're cozy. I don't blame her. At
She has
all.
one as a puppy. I had done this one. It was a Norah blanket. It was gorgeous. As a puppy, she wanted it. I'd go, no, that's mine. And every time, even as a little puppy,
like-
I'd look over. Yep, she'd be all curled up on it, and I'd go, no, that's mine. I've given up. It's hers. It's her
Yeah,
blanket.
that's how it goes. Well,
This
everything.
little doggy loves blankets.
That's
She
why
just
your
loves
yarn
it.
is Maggie Loves Yarn.
I
So
know.
now I bring my French Bulldog Pete with me everywhere I go. At least in spirit and in fur. So it's
Well, yesterday with the wind and all, our garage, we had this little add-on to the garage. It's a golf cart garage. So Gordon was, and she really had to go, and the wind was blowing, and it was pouring down rain. And so when you come out of the golf cart garage, it kind of goes like this. So there's this little dry area over there. And so he took her out there a couple times, so
Yeah.
she didn't have to go very far. So this morning she gets up and she eats, and I know she's got to go out. I take her out the front door like I always do. She stands there like,
this isn't
Now-
what we do now. We go out the other way.
I
Okay,
brought her
excuse
in,
me.
I
Did you
opened
not
the
get the
laundry
memo?
room door, and she went to the
Did you get the memo or
She
not?
went to the garage door, and I went. So I thought, Gordon, you've created a monster because Princess now will only go out her door.
This is her
so I had to
specific
raise
door.
the little garage door
Yeah.
and take her out. And she went. And it's
Yeah.
like, thank you. This is my
Excuse
door
me, I'm
now.
glad we're catching up to where I deserve to be. My dogs just sat out. I'm like, outside, because, they're three fools. And they would just mostly, I was going to do an updated forecast of like, and here's the wind here we've got in Bluffton, South Carolina. And here are my dogs being total assholes and not going out. Yeah. So that was going to be my weather report. So if you want that.
Today it's calm. It
Today
looks
is
like
calm.
The wind has died down.
Well, I mean, it went west of here, so we
we were lucky, but we
we're
had
good.
tornado
warnings all night. So we, between that and, all the stuff that's going on. I've been watching this show called Britannia. I believe it's Prime, but I may be lying. I lie about stuff like that quite a bit. So
She's not really Tracy.
I have an alter ego. That's right, baby. But anyway, so we're watching that, but it's got a very macabre kind of plot, and it is really with the druids and stuff, which is so fascinating. I don't know if you've ever really looked into that whole time period and like that the early creation of England in that area, but it's interesting.
And it's got time before deodorant was invented.
Oh, well, that's a lot of time. That's a long bit of time. BOD. Anyway, that's an acronym I can't pull off the top of my head. But anyway, so Kelly O'Reilly's in it, and I love her, and she's in Yellowstone and a bunch of other
Oh, is
stuff
that
too.
Beth?
Beth. She's
Oh,
Beth in
God, I
Yellowstone.
love Beth.
Yeah, no, she's
I almost
amazing.
wore my Beth t-shirt today. The one that says, "Don't make me go all Beth Dutton on you."
Oh, I love that.
And that starts Sunday.
I love that. Oh, okay, wait, I didn't know it was
love
so
Yellowstone.
it's such a good show. So anyway, that was what I was doing last night. So I'm trying to knit perky boobs in this and not get a tornado. And this time my daughter did not hide in the pantry and eat. Like the first time we had a big tornado warning, she was like, I was watching it on the news.
It was bad.
It was
It did land a lot, about about 20 miles
Yeah,
from here.
we were watching it, and I'm like, okay, all right, we're good, we're still good, kind of watching it come up the coast, and I find my younger daughter in the pantry, lying on the floor watching YouTube, and she was eating a piece of bread with frosting and sprinkles on it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. She goes, Mom, if I'm going out like this. I'm like, I feel you. So I sat on the floor with her and ate all the ice cream in the house. Because, if it was going out, we were going to lose power. I didn't want to lose all that ice cream. How we do. So,
I know. Last night we could hear something. I said, does that sound like a train? Just kidding. He goes, sounds like drums. They beat an entrance now, the tornado.
Yeah, right. Well,
But see, I'm from Tornado
It
Alley.
was this.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So, yes.
But see, Ohio's part of Tornado Alley.
Yeah, I lived when I was in Cincinnati. I was in Cincinnati for only a year in radio, and the sky gets a really weird color.
Oh,
it's like
it
this
gets black and still. You mean?
Yeah, it starts off like this pea green, kind of yellowish, greeny, weird. You're like, oh, something's going down. Like you just know it.
Well, and there you have sirens.
Right.
Here
there's
we
nothing.
do not.
Here's nothing, and there's no basements in 90% of the world here.
Yeah.
So my daughter's got it
there's
going
no
on in the
sirens,
pantry.
and that's what's scary. I remember one time, right before school started, one morning there had been a tornado that went through this neighborhood in Cincinnati, early, like 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I got to school and I went into the biology teacher's room, Robin's, because she was from there. She goes, I think that's my old neighborhood. So we're watching it on the news before school started. And we're watching all these people that have blankets around them.
Yeah, right.
And we looked at each other and we went, yeah, I'm never sleeping naked again.
Yeah,
Because,
definitely not during storm season. It's probably not the best of ideas. Well, we have survived another hour together.
It's over already.
It's over already. So thank you for watching me through my ridiculous learning curve.
She's got it. She's going to have it done by next week.
Don't put that kind of pressure on me, girl. It's supposed to be fun. So
I've got sleeve pressure.
You do have a lot of sleeve pressure, and I am going to put it on you and be like, is your sleeve done yet? What's up, bitch? Is your sleeve
This
done?
one will be done today. I promise. I've got here. I've got blue bloods
and
tonight.
miles to go before
Fire
you
country.
sleep. And rows to go before
No,
you
I
sleep.
don't. 18 rows.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. We do appreciate all of your support. Make sure you check us out. We are here on Instagram. We're also on YouTube. Shrimp and Knits. I believe I am the only one around. Also, you can check out all of our stuff that we have. Very fun, cool classes and things to do here. shrimpandknitsallspelledout.com. And we'll see you here next Friday. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous week and take care.
Bye.